So let me get this straight. Between the two of you, neither one of you have any idea what's in it? Is it from the Riddler? The Joker? I've been hitting it, but I really think it's just a box. It sounds hollow, but everything we've tried, nothing works.
He's right, Batman. Everything we've tried. The plastic explosives, the can opener, the box cutter. Nothing's working. They finally outdone us. Oh, hey, guys. Oh, there's my package. It's my shiny new helmet. Sold separately.
Hey, welcome to Cajun Toy Review. Today we're talking about the DC Multiverse Red Hood Unmasked. This is part of the DC Gold Label collection. This is a variant or a different version of the previous Red Hood figure that had came out as a single figure and in a 2-pack with the red Nightwing. This Red Hood comes with different accessories and slightly changed to the sculpt with the holsters missing and stuff like that. This is a figure that once I was excited for seeing it and stuff like that, but at the same time, McFarlane is definitely making some money by doing slight changes to these figures, either by doing like a maskless version or something like that. They did it with like the Batman Beyond. Now we get a battle damage Batman Beyond, and that's cool. But some of them so far have just been like small little things where you could have included another head in there. Charge us an extra $2, you know, I'd have been fine with it. But this one does come with extra accessories. The head sculpt does look cool, so we'll go from there. These figures in this line is the Bizarro, the Red Nightwing, and the John Stewart Green Lantern. The two different Batman Beyonds, the one with the Build-A-Figure, the one with the flight stand. We've already looked at both of those on this channel. So check previous videos if you want to check it out, if you haven't seen it already. Looking at this figure, like nothing new. Standard, you get the new gold label on here that makes it stand out on the shelf, but same thing as we're used to. Big open front, figure right in center. You can see all the accessories in there, no secrets. We can see the the figure stand behind it. So not too much more to say about this Red Hood box, so let's break them open and check them out. Alright, here we have our Red Hood Jason Todd Unmasked figure, and yeah, there's some new stuff here. Basically the all blades is the new thing, the new head and the new accessory and stuff like that, but it's kind of it. So if you already had the Red Hood, unless you really wanted a maskless version of this figure, I mean, it's a sell. So let's take a look at his accessories, and then we'll kind of break them down and compare them to the previous Red Hood. Alright, so looking at our Unmasked Red Hood's accessories that he comes with the basic card, which we see with all our DC Multiverse figures, with a product shot of him carrying the sword, which we'll get to in a second. Looking good. His hair, I know a lot of times it's prototype pictures, but his hair looks the same. A little read up on the back. If you want to read that, you can pause it and read. It's the same as the previous Red Hood. So I'll save these, but I don't know why. Our standard DC stand, which is always nice to come with. And then we have these three accessories. So this Red Hood does not come with any guns like the previous Red Hood does, but he also doesn't have anywhere to carry them, which we'll get in when we look at the figure. But he does come with, and I didn't understand why he came with swords when I originally saw a sword or swords, because these are the same weapon, but one is obviously on fire and the other one is not. So this is the All Blade, which is a magical sword or swords, depending on what he needs it to be, that can be summoned by Jason Todd, and these weapons can only be used to fight magical things. So like I said, I thought these were Azrael's blades at first, or blade when I saw it, but with the flames, but it's not. And I'm not 100% caught up on the New 52 stuff, so I had to learn about this a little bit. But yeah, so he does have the ability to summon magical sword or blades depending on what's going on, and that's what this is, the All Blade. So kind of cool. Doesn't have a place to sheath it, but of course whenever he's done with it, he just disappears, so no point in that. He also comes with this crowbar. which, like I said, I'm not 100% caught on the 52. I don't, to my, where I was, Jason Todd was not using the crowbar. To my knowledge, all the connection to crowbar him was the one that he got his head beat in with in the Joker, in the original Death in the Family. So, interesting accessory for him. If there is a different reason why he comes with this crowbar, maybe he's using it on other people now, like a full circle, but I don't know. Please tell me in the comments and enlighten me. I would really appreciate that, and I would like to know. So, thank you in advance if you do. So anyway, that's his accessories. Not too much to talk about besides learning what these swords were. So let's go ahead and look at our Unmasked Red Hood. Alright, here we have our Red Hood Unmasked, Jason Todd. And it is a good figure. This is a good figure. If I didn't have the previous Red Hood so recently, I'd be more excited about it. But that's kind of my problem and my biggest complaint, is that McFarlane Toys seems to be releasing figures really close together that is just simple variants, either extra head or different accessories. It's the Batman Beyond, this figure here, the Thomas Wayne Batman, and the new Suicide Squad has a couple of stuff that, like Bloodsport. I'm not a huge fan of that kind of stuff. I would rather pay $25 for a figure than paying $20 to $22 for a figure, just to have a different version of it with an extra head and a couple of accessories come out a month to 3 months in. So with that, I don't want to cherry pick this line because I do like them, but I don't like that practice, and hopefully it's just a phase now with the McFarlane store. I don't know, I'm hoping, but probably know better. It's all about the money. So talking about this guy right here, our Jason Todd Red Hood is 7 inches tall, pretty much on par with his original release, so about the same height. Looking at them side by side real quick, obviously the biggest difference is of course the head, but the second thing is going to be the holsters that this Red Hood has. These are cut off or not at all on there, but sculpt wise everything else is the same. This one, the bat on that one looks the bat symbol on there is just a little bit more rougher. I'm gonna have to look at a different version of this figure to see if that's just the same or it's just a figure that I have. Now the head on him is really good. I really like it a lot. It does the purpose. It looks, Jason Todd looks different depending on the artist and stuff like that, but this is pretty much how I picture him, with that kind of sharp, kind of messy black hair. I know in some versions his face has different, that's like Arkham Knight where he has the J on his face and stuff like that. So in some of the pictures I thought I had seen that, but it's not. I'm glad it's not there. But overall, if you have the previous figure, you kind of know what to expect. But let's take a look at his articulation, everything as well, and then we'll look at the paint. For his head articulation, you can look pretty much 360. This pop collar is flexible, so it won't hinder him if you want to look all the way around it for some reason. Looking up is limited with the way the neck is made on these, and when we do a head swap in a minute, we'll take a look at that as well. Looking down is also very short on this figure. You do have arm rotation. He does have a bicep swivel. You do have a double jointed elbow, which is nice. We have our wrist rotation, and there is no flex much on this, very little bit, but there isn't actually no joint to flex it like on there. He does not come with additional hands, and these hands are the same hands that came with the previous release, so it does have a trigger finger in there. It does have an ab crunch, but it's not very much at all. Basically just to look down at his shadow. The ab crunch on the back is also limited at all with the jacket, so but you can get some nice rotation. Break that 6-pack armor up. There is a little bit of a waist pivot. You can make him do a split pretty much if you like. Now there is no thigh cut on this figure at all, so that hinders your posability and everything and stuff as well, and not really surprised. Do have a double jointed knee and no calf rotation, but we do have that ankle rotation with the joint with the pivot and toe pivot if you wanted to freak out. So yeah, like I said, you can get him some really cool standing poses, holding some weapons, but you're not going to get too much really dynamic poses with him with that articulation like that. Now, looking at these figures, I'm going to do a head swap to kind of show this is what I was looking at before I set up the review. So you can pop this head off. Goodbye. And if you wanted to, you would take this Red Hood, the previous Red Hood that came in the single pack, or the one that came with Dick Grayson, and you see that neck. This is why we have no. Sorry, this is why the flex on the neck is not very good at all, because it's just one big tall long neck. So just a little bit of the get on there, and now we have our Red Hood Unmasked Jason Todd with guns. So like this, not gonna use that anymore. So if I'm gonna pose him, or if I want him without, it's gonna be this body right here. So if you see one in the store with no head, no, I'm joking. Anyway, that's just my gripe. They could have just packed this head in there, charged an extra couple bucks, left these holsters on there, gave us our swords and stuff like that, and called it a day. I would have paid for a little deluxe Red Hood figure like that. We might see a battle damage variant come out with maybe both later on. We shall see. So, not too much else to say about that. We'll do a comparison of some shots and stuff like that. You can take a look at it. But what is your thoughts? What is your favorite version of Red Hood? My favorite version of Red Hood is from the original animated movie. That was one of my really big exposures to him, and I loved it. I thought it was really good. I also really liked him in Injustice 2. He was one of my favorite characters on there. So anyway, check back. If you like this video, please leave a like. Check us out on Facebook. You can see a gallery of this figure and others. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider. Thank you for all the comments and the feedback and everything, and all the support. You guys make me feel really appreciated, and convince the girlfriend to keep on making them. So thank you. As always, catch you in the next video. Take care of yourself.